Choose your pen. Sure. All right, good afternoon, ladies. It's great to see all of you again. I didn't scare any of you away, so that's always a good sign, right? How about before we dive in, we do some kind of energy healing, settling in meditation. So today is going to be a little bit of adding on from what we did last week, along with some more yoga postures and adding on some energy healing techniques. Hopefully you had some opportunities throughout your week to use some of the practices, even if it's just for a few seconds each day throughout the day. It's just how we start. Hang on. I had to hit the got it button. Okay. All right, so find a comfortable seat. I'm just going to kneel. I've been sitting cross-legged a lot today, but so cross-legged works better for you. For today, just a couple blocks and a blanket, bolster if you want it for extra comfort. And just kind of root down through the sit bones. Maybe roll the shoulders back and down with a big old sigh. You made it here. If you're comfortable, close the eyes down or soft gaze in front. And just deepening the breath, really slowing it down. Feel the belly in, feel the breath in your lower belly. And allow it to rise up. But keeping the shoulders and the neck relaxed. Getting used to a little more stillness. Perhaps a little more quiet from whatever this day has brought you. And just knowing that when we shift from a place of moving and doing and action into a place of more stillness and quiet, we begin to set up this sacred space for ourselves to create more balance and ease. Giving ourselves permission to say, it's okay to not be doing. It's okay to slow down. And then connecting in with our energetic body, begin to rub the hands vigorously together. Still continuing to breathe deep, feeling the heat and friction that is being created at the palms of the hands. And then separate the hands about an inch apart. Experience your energy flow, that space that extends beyond your skin. Knowing that you can be intentional with this flow of energy. When we draw our awareness to it, it does enliven. And then we will do our energetic practice from last week of placing one hand on the forehead, one hand pressing lightly downward on the collarbone. Doesn't matter which hand is which. The hand on the forehead is drawing more blood to the forebrain, which when we are even in a low grade form of stress, the blood pulls to the back of the brain. So we're just allowing it to come more forward. And then the hand on the collarbone, our K27 point, with a light downward pressure for this emotional reset. It is our water element. A couple more full and deep breaths. And then bringing the palms together at heart center, thumbs press into the thymus gland, that notch just below the center of the collarbone. You can even give it a little bit of a rub there if you would like. And then setting a collective intention of gratitude for our practice this afternoon. We're really going to use this mental energy of gratitude to raise our vibration. It's one of the quickest ways that we can do that. So thinking of either someone, something that you are grateful for, and just kind of picture that in your mind. Allow that image to bring a feeling of gratefulness into the body. And where do you feel that energy of gratitude? Breathe it in. Soft exhale out. And blinking the eyes open, letting the light come in. It's great to see you all again this afternoon. Thank you for your presence. I'm excited about class 2. We get to dive a little bit deeper into some different energy healing modalities and yoga postures blended in. You do have a handout that I will be referring to. I'll be honest, sometimes I give out handouts more for myself to keep me like focused. There's bullet points there for a reason, because I love teaching different energetic modalities, and there are so many, but I have really tried to be intentional of picking the ones that I feel have been the most effective. Keep in mind, there are a lot. So today's class is focusing on the whole idea of energetic anatomy. And this has kind of become a more recent, more popular term in mainstream. It used to not be. Sometimes it's called the subtle body. So if you hear the term subtle body, energetic anatomy, they're a bit interchangeable depending on which tradition that you follow. And so because I am a blender of different energetic traditions, we're going to look at traditional Chinese medicine, which is abbreviated as TCM. We're also going to look at the Nadis tradition of ancient yoga, and then also a little bit of energy medicine from Donna Eden. And I know, I think, Sheena, you had said that you'd studied a bit with her. So Donna Eden, and I brought in 2 different books because it depends on how ambitious you are, or maybe not as ambitious. Just to give you just a really brief summary, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Donna Eden is kind of a pioneer, if you will, in energy medicine. She has this literal, I call it the Bible. It is like a Bible. It is not for the faint of heart. But this is the book that we used in my training, and it is amazing. It is amazing. It's a lot. I think you were saying that it's a lot to digest. And for some people, you're like, whew, okay, no, don't sign me up for that. So there is the little book of energy medicine. This is great. This is for my more beginner students. This is what I recommend. I mean, look how tiny that is. And it has, photos. And so some of the energy work techniques that we are doing today are in the little book. If you are like, no, bring it on, I want to learn more, then this would be a good next step for you. It just all depends. And now, I mean, mind you, Donna has her own like energy method online and all the things and YouTube videos. So you can go down that rabbit hole as much or as little as you would like. I will say with Donna Eden, oh, here's a little picture of her on the back. Every time I watch a video of her, I think to myself, I want what that woman's drinking, because whatever it is, she's just like, like one of those kind of personalities. And I'm like, okay, well, it must be good, whatever she's drinking. So just know that her personality is for some, maybe not for everyone. It's all good. It's all okay. But I just show these if you want to look at them after class, just if you're interested in diving a little bit deeper and wondering like, where is Brenda getting some of these techniques? So again, I'm blending different traditions. Donna's does come from Chinese medicine-ish, like she does use some of that. She also uses a little bit of Reiki. And then she also has her own channeling method, which that's just comes from her own intuitive landscape, if you will. So know that it is kind of a blend of different things. So on your handout, just because I know many of you are visual, I've got two pictures of the two different traditions. The photo on the left side there is traditional Chinese medicine. So in that tradition, they have what they call meridians. You might have heard that with acupressure points. We're going to be working with acupressure points quite a bit today. The meridian lines, the easiest way that I have come to understand them and feel them in my own body, it's like these roadways of energy that run throughout your whole body. And the access points to those or the end points to those, they call acupressure points. So when we do some of these points, they can either be pressed on points, they could be rubbed, they can be tapped on. I kind of use that intuitively in terms of how you activate them. Depends what kind of energy you want to produce. If you want something more like I need stability, and I want, something that's more grounding feeling, then it's a press. And there's no right or wrong. You just kind of like, how am I feeling? What do I want this acupressure point to do for me? If you want something more like soothing, it's kind of like little circular rubs, and we'll get a chance to kind of play with all of them. If you want something more energizing and activating, you're tapping as you move along the points. So just know that when we do these different acupressure points, you can decide, like, do I want it more stable to help me kind of ground and be present? Do I want something more soothing because I'm feeling a little scattered and I need something just to kind of soothe the energy? Or do I need something more activating and stimulating? And then the tapping can be like in the beginning, we're pressing down slightly, and I tend to rub my collarbone because that to me is very soothing, but it's more of a holding. We're stabilizing and we're preparing our energy to be stable to absorb what we need to absorb, so that's how I look at it. If I wanted something more energizing, then I'm tapping and I'm activating the energy. So just kind of know you can play with it and kind of have fun. That's how I look at it. So that's the Chinese medicine tradition. And so then the next picture is called nadis, which come from very ancient, thousands of year old tradition of the ancient yogis. I can't say that they're the same. They're a similar concept is how I'm going to say that without offending any particular lineage. So, but it's the idea that there are roadways, and you'll notice they have this like weaving pattern. Keep in mind that this photo is a very simplified version of nadis. The picture that I see a lot of times, it looks like all different kind of roadways throughout the whole body. It's actually quite a complex system, and I didn't want that to be overwhelming. So in this photo, you can kind of see the spinal column. That's called the Sushumna Nadi. You don't need to know the fancy name, just know it's this. Our spinal column is known as this energetic roadway, this central. Think of it as like, I don't know, I-25. and then you have this weaving blend, and that's why we focus a lot of our time last time on crossover patterns and torus field patterns, because our energy is meant to be in these like wave-like patterns, not the linear that our world is kind of used to. And there are two sides to this. There's a more feminine side and a more masculine side. So it even says on here, which we're going to experiment today with the breath work. The Pingala Nadi is the right nostril. The Ida Nadi is the left nostril. So when we think of the left side of the body, that's our more feminine yin side of the body. Our right side, more masculine yang side of the body. Depending on how you are feeling and what situations are going on in your world, you may want to tap into one side more than the other. So for example, if I need a more softer feel, calming feel to my day, I want to draw in more energy on my left side. So we're going to practice this in a moment. I'm just going to breathe in through my left nostril because that brings in energy into that more feminine side. If I'm the opposite, maybe I just need to get stuff done and I need to have like a little more power and a little more force or, just energy. Then that's more right, yang side, more active energy. And so I breathe and activate just the right side of my body with breathing in the left nostril, in and out of the left nostril. Does that make sense? So this is if you've heard of alternate nostril breathing. Have you ever done that in class? So the idea with that one is to balance both sides. However, depending on how you are feeling, you may want to tap into more of that left feminine side of the energy or right more masculine side of energy. Does that make sense? Okay. Awesome. Last thing, because I always love to work with a mental energy and I love focusing on gratitude. And if I had to pick like one theme, I feel like gratefulness is the quickest way to raise someone's vibration. Even when we are having low days or pity party days, as I call them. So this is what I'm going to encourage you to do. You have a pen. I want you to just quickly jot down either three things, 3 people, but just 3 things total, or a characteristic in yourself that you are grateful for. So you have something to come back to. And sometimes the act of writing it out makes it more tangible. So it could be a person or a pet. I guess I shouldn't exclude animals. So 3 things or places or a person or a pet or a characteristic within yourself that you are grateful for. And then start by taking maybe your top gratitude. And that's the one we will start with. Throughout our practice, you can cycle through those 3, or if you just want to focus on one, that's great. And before we officially begin, let's just kind of, if you're comfortable, and you can always go down the row and hear yourself say, you can say all 3 things that you want, or you can pick one thing on your gratitude list, but just hear yourself say your gratitude for. So I am grateful for, and then you can name one or all 3 of your things. Who would like to start? So I don't have to talk either. Thanks, Shelby. Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you. Ooh, I love tenacity. Namaste. Thank you. We'll just go down the road to make it easy. Love that. Namaste. Thank you. More self-quiet time for myself this week. That was restoring me. Grateful for my family, for taking time out for this class before we can go. And I'm grateful for being so grateful for that. I get it. I get it. Namaste. My partner and friends, and then just being part of the community. Yeah, thank you. Namaste. I'm Gina. Mm. Thank you. Namaste.
And I'm really thankful for this class and like thankful for the learning opportunity and thankful for my husband and movie.
Namaste. Thank you. All right. Oh, and I get to go. My name is Brenda. I don't think I introduced myself at the beginning. Sorry. I am grateful for my husband, who, yes, picking up the slack today. So that's much needed. I am grateful for my passion to deliver this kind of material and people who are open to it. Super grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for my low back. It is talking to me today again, which I used to come into that with like low back pain again, but it is making me aware that I'm really not taking care of my posture while I'm in front of my screen. So just an awareness, and I'm just going to let it be that without me getting attached to the judgment about all the pain and, all the self-talk that comes with that. So awesome. So use that today throughout our practice when you feel like your mind is like chattering away. Choose maybe one just to focus on or cycle through all three, depending on how you're feeling. Just if it pops in, say it to yourself. You can even say it out loud. That's totally fine with me. And we will begin our movement and practice today. We are going to start standing. So stand up at the top of your mat. Maybe have your blocks, like both blocks up on the front, just in case you use them or not. Get off to the side. Find a mountain pose, but maybe a little bit wider stance. So maybe not quite narrow hip width, maybe a little bit wider. You kind of rock from side to side on both feet. Make any little sway movements that you need to kind of help feel a little bit more settled. And then roll the shoulders back and down. Find rootedness through both soles of the feet. Maybe pick up the toes, spread them, set them back down. Be mindful you're not locking out your knees. So just a soft little bend in the knees. Tailbone draws slightly down so pelvic floor muscles are zipped up. Heart is open. Crown rises toward the sky. If you're comfortable, close the eyes down or a soft gaze in front. I'm going to take 3 full and deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And we're going to begin with alternate nostril breathing to begin balancing left and right hemispheres of the brain. So take your right hand. So index and middle finger touching the third eye. Just press into this seat of intuition. And we're going to alternate closing with the thumb and the forefinger. I will guide you through unless you already know it and you want to start. That's perfectly fine. Let's start by exhaling out both nostrils. And then inhale through the right, closing the thumb. At the top, hold both nostrils just for a moment. And release the thumb, exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. At the top, close just for a moment. Release the forefinger, exhale left. That's one round. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Inhale through the left. Close at the top. Release, exhale out right. Inhale through right. Close at the top. Release the forefinger, exhale left. One more round. Inhaling through the left. Close at the top. Release the thumb. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close at the top. Exhale out left. Now you get to decide, how are you feeling? Quick check-in. Do you need a softer, more feminine energy? And then what you're going to do is just breathe in and out of the left nostril. So you'll close with the thumb, breathing in and out of the left nostril. If you're like, I need something softer, something more grounding. If you're the opposite, if you feel like, nope, I need something a little more energizing, more masculine feeling, you're going to close the left nostril and breathe in and out of the right nostril. So don't overthink it too much. Maybe about anywhere from, depending on how quickly you're breathing, 5 to 8 rounds in that one nostril. And then when you feel complete, just lower your hand down. And then breathing in and out of both nostrils, and just kind of notice. Exhale fully. We'll inhale, sweep the arms out and up, torus field all the way around. When you're ready to exhale, palms press together, bring it down into the heart space, pulling in what you are grateful for. Inhale, sweep the arms up, fingertips reach up to the sky. Flip the palms, and as if you're smoothing that energetic aura all around you. Hands come back to heart center. And then inhale, arms come down and up, sweeping up. Exhale, hands to heart, pulling in your intention of gratitude. Inhale, arms sweep up, fingertips reach up. Flip the palms, smooth that energy all around you. Hands come back to heart center. We're going to do what's called heaven and earth. This is a Donna Eden technique. So from here, and it doesn't matter which arm you start with, one palm is going to come up, one palm comes down. So you're connecting in with this energy from sky or from heaven, and then also drawing up energy from earth. So I'm going to have you look up towards your top hand. What expansive energy would you like to draw into your life? And then look down at the bottom hand. What earth energy, nurturing energy do you want to pull up? And then exhale, bring hands together at heart center. Remembering you can draw that into you. Then opposite arms up and down. So opposite way you go. And then inhale, looking up. And then looking down, drawing up earth energy. Hands come into the heart space, pulling it into you. One more time each side. Inhale, arms sweep up, gazing up, gazing down. Pull that energy into you. And then to the other side. Extending up and down, pulling in earth, and then drawing it into your heart space of gratitude. So we'll be coming back to that later throughout the practice, but that's pulling in heaven and earth energy. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees deeply if you need. We're gonna hang here for a few breaths, maybe sway it out. Option to use the block to rise up the floor to place your hands on if you need. Where are you holding any extra tension? Maybe it's in the jaw. Maybe open the mouth, move the chin side to side. Maybe blink the eyes, release tension from the forehead. And then come to stillness. Let your arms hang long. And I remember that infinity pattern, like a sideways 8 that we made. I'm gonna have you move your arms in that infinity pattern. So kind of crossing over from one foot to the other foot, just kind of weaving it side to side, crossing over the energies. And as you do this, you're gonna slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your body can even kind of sway side to side, making that infinity symbol. And then eventually your hands come up to about where your torso is. Your eyes can track it. That's really good for your brain. And then you're going to bring it up overhead. Coordinating your breath. And then you're going to switch directions. So opposite way you go. Bring it down in front of you. And then folding forward slowly. Till you're eventually in that forward fold. And then just let your arms hang naturally. Release that infinity. Exhale out. And this time, inhale, arms sweep out to the side, rise on up, fingertips reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, pull your gratitude in. Good, inhale, heaven and earth. Inhale, one arm reaches up, looking up. Exhale, down. Pull into the heart space. And then opposite side, opposite arm, looking up. Looking down, drawing in those energies, pulling it into the heart space. Nice. Inhale, arms sweep up. Flip the palms, smooth and fold on down. Come back to those infinity arms, sway side to side. You're crossing over that energy. Slowly rolling on up. Building up a little bit of warmth in the body. Sweep it up over the head when you're ready. Have your eyes track it. And then switch your infinity direction. Other way you go. Pulling that energy so your arms are more in front of you. Breathing in and out and back down to your forward fold. You can sway if you would like. And then exhale, just let the arms hang. Exhale it out. Inhale, deeper bend in the knees. Sweep the arms out and up, smoothing all that energy around you. Exhale, hands to heart. Feeling good so far? A little bit warm? Okay. We're going to add on what I call, or what Dunedin calls is the 4 thumps. So this is setting in some acupressure points. Since we're starting off, we're going to start tapping this energy in. However, if you're like, I don't think I want anything more energizing, you can just hold it instead. That's totally fine. So we're going to start under the eyes. So it's kind of like where your cheekbone is here. We're just going to lightly tap here. Say to yourself, or you can even say it out loud, that I am grateful for, and picture that image or that person in your mind. This is your stomach meridian, helps you digest, not just your food, but your emotions, anything you need to assimilate. One more breath here. And then the second point is at the collarbone. This one you're familiar with from before. So on top of the collarbone each side. This is an emotional reset, your water element. So again, I am grateful for, breathe it in and exhale. And then coming to the thymus gland, so that spot right underneath the center of the collarbone. And I am grateful for, breathe it in, exhale. And then finally, I'm going to show it from the side, your spleen point. So about a handprint underneath your armpit on the side here. This is your spleen point. Also helps to filter blood and liquid. So it doesn't matter which side you use. You can even give yourself a hug and do both sides if you want. It doesn't matter. You can do one or both sides. Breathe in gratitude. Exhale. Good. We're going to go through it just one more time, just so we've got it. So under the eye, stomach, collarbone, kidney, water element, thymus gland, immune boost, and then spleen point, one or both sides at the side of the arm, about a handprint underneath your armpit. Exhale out. Good. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Give yourself a breath here. And then plant the hands. We're going to step the right leg back. So big step back, setting up for a low lunge. If you want, you can use your blocks underneath the hands. Bring your back knee down. We're going to open up this right hip flexor to begin. Give yourself a few breaths here if you need. Hands could stay on blocks if you prefer that. You could bring your hands up to your top thigh. You're feeling like, nope, I feel a little more energetic. Arms could come up. You decide. Back toes can be untucked or tucked. Just a personal preference for balance. So you can draw the tailbone down, opening up this hip flexor. Nice and deep in the belly. One more breath. Now we're going to add that heaven and earth arms. Sorry, almost got that out. So start with hands at heart center. Inhale, sweep one arm up, one arm down, gazing up, gazing down. Draw that energy into the heart space. And then opposite arm up and down, gazing up, draw that energy down. And then looking down, pull that energy up, back into heart space. Good, hands come down. We're just gonna straighten this front leg, flip the toes up, get a little bit into the hamstring. If you feel ready, exhale, forward fold. You can put a deeper bend in the knees if you need. You decide. One more deep breath, inhale. And an exhale when you're ready. On the inhale, bend into that front knee. We'll frame the front foot and then pick up that back knee, step up, right foot meets left. Exhale it out, fold it in. Begin those infinity pattern with the arms, sway it side to side. Maybe a little bit quicker this time as you roll on up. When you get to about the heart space area, you're going to switch your direction and then bring it up overhead. Breathing in and out as you go. And then bringing it back down into the heart space. And then all the way down. Let the arms just hang there for a moment. Exhale it out. This time, the left leg takes a big step back. Bring your gaze and heart forward. Blocks if you need underneath the hands. Bringing this back left knee down. Left hip flexor gets a chance to open up. Same options as before. Hands could stay on blocks. Could bring them up to the thigh. You could reach up overhead if you're feeling more energetic. Draw the tailbone down. Opening up our hip flexor. You can carry a lot of stagnant energy in that area, especially if we sit a lot. So just lengthening it out. One more deep breath. And then from here, we'll start at hands to heart center, pulling in gratitude. Heaven and earth arms, doesn't matter which way you start. So reaching one arm up, one arm down, gazing up, drawing down the energy, and then pulling up energy from the earth. Exhale, bring hands to heart center, pull it into you. Opposite arm up and down, looking up, and then down. Then bringing that energy, pulling it into you. This is a reminder, I always say, that we are made of all the energies from all around. Hands come down onto blocks or the ground. Straighten this front leg, pull the toes up, back toward you. You can keep this a higher stretch, or if you're ready to fold in. Couple deep breaths here. Exhale it out. On the inhale, bend into that front knee. Frame your front foot, stepping back this time into a plank or table, depending on how ambitious you're feeling. Knees could be down, or you could be a straight leg plank, whichever you choose, holding for 2 deep breaths, drawing up that core energy, belly button to spine. Stay for an inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the hips high, up and back. If you're not ready yet for down dog, child's pose is always a great option. Pedaling out through the feet. Maybe shake out the head. Yes, no. Loosen any tension in the jaw. One more deep breath, settle into your down dog. Then from here, bend the knees a little bit more deeply, walk your hands back to your feet. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Fill up all that energy around you. It's all full of gratitude. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Now we're going to combine a balance with heaven and earth and all the things. Ready? Oh yeah, sorry. Move props out of the way if it's on your mat. We're doing all good? Okay. Sometimes I'm like, we're doing yoga, we're serious. Like, okay. It's okay, you can laugh every once in a while. All right, root down through the soles of the feet. Starting with heaven and earth and then adding a balance into it. Exhale out. This time, let's inhale, reach right arm up, left arm down. So we're all on the same side. Gazing up at the top hand, gazing down at the bottom hand. Now we're gonna bend into that right knee. And then it's kind of like one sweeping motion. Open arm twist with one leg. So you're gonna lift up that right leg, open arm twist to the right. Yes, it's kind of all one motion. You'll get it on the next round, don't worry. Stay for an inhale. Root down through that left foot. Now keep that right leg up. Just rotate back to center. Both fingertips reach up toward the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart, step forward. Plant through that right foot. So from here, we're gonna do opposite. So we're gonna have left arm reaches up, right arm reaches down, gazing up. And gazing down. And then from here, picking up that left leg, twisting to the left, open arm twist. So left arm is back, right arm is forward. Maybe your gaze is at that back hand. Breathing deep, root down through the right foot. Inhale, sweep through center. Exhale, hands to heart, small step forward, root down through the left foot. Let's see if we can kind of do it all at once. So you're gonna reach right arm up, left arm down, looking up, looking down. Bring that right leg through, bending into that right knee, open arm twist to the right. Good. Your left and right hemispheres of your brain are getting a really good workout right now. Exhale it out first. Inhale, float through center. Exhale, hands to heart, step it forward. Root down first. So left arm comes up, right arm comes down, gazing up, and then down. Open arm twist to the left, picking up that left knee. One more deep breath here. Inhale, sweeping through center. Exhale, left foot meets right, hands come to heart. Good, give it a little shake out. There's a lot going on in that one. That was kind of fun. All right, back to the 4 thumps. So this time we're gonna do something, we're gonna rub the points instead of activating. So just a little bit more soothing. This is just an opportunity for you to feel what you like better, honestly. So from here, under the eyes, just kind of making little rubs, soothing this in. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Good. At the collarbone, rubbing both sides. Deep breath in. Exhale out. At the thymus gland, we'll rub. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And then I can make, I don't know what you call these, chicken beaks. I don't know. Whatever this is, you can do your spleen points at the side of the rib cage this way, or if you prefer to cross arms, either way. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Nice. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Let's bring the right leg back, big step back. Inhale into a high lunge. We're just here for a moment. Stay for the inhale. Then exhale, open up warrior two, spin the back foot, bending into that front knee. Feel your strength and your stability rising up through the soles of the feet. One more breath. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're gonna pivot the feet, so heels in, toes out. If you remember from last time, we did some of that torus field work. So we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up, straighten the legs, feel like a big letter X. And then exhale, sweep down, and then sweep back up, inhale. Kind of building up some energy. Inhale, sweep up. At your own pace. Remember, you get to fill your energetic space with all the light and love you would like. Couple more times. Once more. Big letter X. Take up a whole lot of space. Remember, energy needs space to move. You deserve it. And then exhale, warrior two to the front of the room. Arms come to a T. Exhale, settle in. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, fingertips to sky, lengthen. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands. Frame the front foot, step back plank. Or you can be in knees down, more of a tabletop position. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet if you'd like, shake out the head. And then from your settled feet, lift the heels, bend the knees, travel up to meet your hands, however you'd like to get there. Hang in your forward fold for a moment. Begin those infinity arms from one side to the other. And then you're gonna begin to roll on up with those arms. You can sway side to side as you do. All the way till you're up overhead. Let your eyes track it and then switch the direction. Bring it down in front of you. All the way down, folding forward. And then exhale, just let the arms hang. Plant the hands, left leg takes a big step back this time. Setting up for high lunge on this side. Inhale as you rise. Hips are squared forward. Exhale, warrior two on this side, spinning that foot, lining up front heel and ankle. Nice, strong warriors. Tailbones are drawing down. Here for one more breath. And then exhale, bring the hands in. We're gonna pivot to the left, so heels in, toes out. So this time, infinity arms, so you're sweeping from one side to the other side, in kind of like Tai Chi, Qigong movement. Make your breath coordinate with the movement. So inhale one side, and it could be a very conservative movement. Maybe you just feel like you need that. If you're like, nope, I need to move some energy, maybe bring it on one side and bring it on the other. Sending gratitude to your body for all the movement it does. One more time in this direction. And then other direction, other way you go. And then finishing up this side. Make a big letter X with your body. Take up a whole lot of space. You've got the space to move. You deserve it. Breathe in your gratitude. Exhale, warrior two. Pivot that front foot. Arms come to a T. Feel your strength emanating from the heart. Out your fingertips. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Frame the front foot. Stepping back. One breath in, plank. This time I'm going to have you bring your knees down into table, opening up a little bit of that heart energy. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, and then thread the needle, weave it underneath the left arm. Right side of the head comes down. Left hand could stay planted, or you could reach it up toward the top of your mat. Just kind of notice your heart beating, notice the energy you have created. Couple more deep, deep breaths. And then bring that left hand back in front of the face. Sweep the right arm up. Send it up toward the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down. Same thing, other side. Left arm reaches up, extend. And then weave it underneath the right arm. Left side of head comes down. Right arm could stay planted, or you could reach it toward the top of the mat. Deep, full breaths. Exhale, bring that right hand back in front of the face. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Make any side to side movements, any movements that you feel feels like stuck energy in the body. See if you can send your breath there. And this was kind of an intuitive movement. Maybe it's even in the jaw or around the eyes. And then evening out from side to side. Come back to your table. From here, child's pose. Knees come wide, big toes press in. Forehead comes down to either your mat or a block. Allow yourself a few breaths here. Notice where the energy really feels pulsating. Giving yourself this time and space to really check in with no judgment, no expectation. One more cycle of breath, deep breath in, cleansing breath out. And then from here, we're going to come lifting up to table and then onto the belly. So bring your belly all the way down. Bring one ear to the mat. Doesn't matter which one you start with. Let your heart connect into the earth. And then bend both knees and see if you can make that infinity shape with your feet, as if like your toes were drawing it on the ceiling. So you're kind of looping one side and looping the other side, so that even your lower legs are getting this information of crossover energetic patterns. This is actually really soothing for the nervous system. And then switch the direction. So opposite infinity pattern with the feet, letting the Lower legs go from side to side. And then bring the legs down to the mat. And bring them about mat width, so just a little bit wider than hip width apart. To start, we'll bring the hands up by the face, coming into Sphinx. Slide the elbows underneath the shoulders. Bringing the gaze in front, and then we've already been doing some eye tracking with that infinity pattern, but see if you can do it without your head moving. So you're just moving your eyes in that sideways figure 8 pattern. Pick a direction to start. And then reverse the direction so their eyes are tracking the other way. Try not to move the head, just the eyes. Still breathing. And then allow yourself to just close the eyes down. No visual stimulation. One more deep breath. Exhale, lower down, other ear comes to the mat. Arms come long by the side. And then option again, if you want to bend the knees in infinity, the feet, you can do that. Or you could tick-tock them side to side. Anything just to release the low back. And then legs come down for a moment. Cleansing breath, deep breath in. Exhale. And can you just release down into Mother Earth? She is so forgiving. She will take it and absorb it for you. And then bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, we'll press back. And if you'd like to come into a child's pose just to even that out, we are going to meet in a seated posture. So if you feel like you need a child's pose before you come into a cross-legged, that's perfectly fine. We'll meet there when we're ready. How are we doing so far? Okay. Okay, so we're going to blend in some of the heaven and earth and the 4 thumps before we come down onto our backs. So bring hands together at heart center. Press the thumbs into the heart space. Maybe choose a different gratitude practice that you wrote down or something different, and you decide. I really feel as if you are sending it into your heart. Exhale. And then coming into those heaven and earth arms, you decide which one comes up, which one comes down. Gazing up first, what will you draw in? And then gazing down, what will you pull up from earth? And then hands to heart center, pull it into you. And then opposite. Gazing up and down, drawing it in. One breath here. Exhale. And then this time we're going to hold the 4 thumb point. So not tapping or rubbing, just holding them and just see how that feels for you. So just pressing in to the under eye bones here, stomach meridian, breathing in gratitude, holding it there. And then onto the collarbone. Just down, just like gentle downward pull, emotional reset with water element. Hand at the thymus gland, pressing in, gratitude breathing in. And then coming to the sides of the rib cage, spleen point, pressing in. And then bringing the hands, touching them down to the earth, sending that energy down to root it. We'll drop right ear to right shoulder, just releasing any tension in the neck. And then slowly dip the chin downward and just take your time. So often we kind of roll through the neck quickly, and our neck muscles can be a little tenacious to release. So just take your time. Allow yourself to be present even at the sticky points. Pause where you need. If there's a spot that you're like, oh, that's intense, just stay there and breathe with it. Eventually find yourself over to the other side, but if you're not there yet, no worries. Or if there's another spot you want to revisit, instead of judging that tight spot, something negative, just notice. Maybe she could even be a teacher for you today. And then bringing the head slowly back to neutral. We're going to do opposite crisscross of the legs. If you're like we're all cross-legged, just so the other leg gets a chance. Root down through the sit bones. Exhale, hands to heart center. And one more time, heaven and earth. One arm reaches up, one arm reaches down, gaze up, and then down. What will you pull into you at the heart space? Draw it in. And then opposite hands up and down. Again, drawing it in. This time, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Maybe the heart comes a little more toward the sky. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. This time we'll sweep them behind, either clasping opposite elbows or interlace the hands. Roll the shoulders back and down. Open up the chest. Maybe the hands move away from the low back. And just notice if the belly has extended out so you can still draw the belly button in. So you have this nice open heart, but it is supported with a strong, stable core. Couple more deep breaths. Exhale fully and release the hands. A little roll out to the wrists. Spread the fingers. And then we're coming to butterfly legs, so we get a chance to press in on our K1 points. So K1 point is in between big toe and second toe. Just draw it all the way down to the base of the ball of the foot. My thumbs kind of can land in there. You can either hold that point or you can rub it, kind of whatever intuitively feels good to you. And then decide you can stay more upright, or if you want to fold forward and release the head and neck as you press into the K1, you decide. Deep breath in, cleansing breath out. And just release that point. So the hands a little shake out. Then we're going to meet on our back. So bring in the knees. Have a block nearby. You may or may not need it, but let's meet on our backs. I'm going to catch the lights really quick. Help feel really rooted into the spine. Maybe pull the knees into the chest. Maybe rock a little side to side or make some little rolling movements. Our spine is our energetic connection to how supported we feel. From here, I'm going to have you extend your legs long. We're going to come into a half moon or half banana shape on our back. I think someone called it banana asana. I don't think that's an actual technical name, but I'll use it, banana asana. So bring your left foot to the left bottom corner of your mat. And you can decide, either bring your right foot right next to it, or you can crisscross it over at the ankles. So you'll feel the stretch along the right outer hip. And then arms reach up overhead. Left hand can clasp the right wrist as you kind of gently nudge the right or your upper side of your upper body over to the left side of your mat. So you're in this kind of half crescent, half banana shape. Now we are opening up the right side of the body, so that more young masculine side of the body. And to release some of that tension, focus on the exhale. So see if you can make the exhale slightly longer than your inhales. Maybe it's a little bit more forceful exhale to release any sort of tension built up on that right side. Again, making the exhale a little longer, releasing it out. One more breath. And then on your final exhale, come back to center, uncross the leg. Before you go to the other side, let's just lengthen out through center. So just lengthen the leg center, reach up overhead as if someone's pulling you in opposite directions. Low back pops up off the mat. Inhale, inhale. And then exhale, soften. We're just gonna do that to the other side. So right foot comes to the right bottom corner of the mat. Either left foot comes next to it or crosses at the ankle over. Right hand clasps the left wrist, and you're just gonna nudge your upper body over to the upper right corner of your mat. And we get to breathe into this left feminine side of the body. Maybe you could use more softness and you really breathe in deep to that left side of the rib cage. Or maybe you feel almost a little too soft or a little too boundaryless. And maybe it's more of a longer, forceful exhale. You don't need to overthink it, just breathing in deep. One more deep cycle of breath. And then on your exhale, the bottom of the exhale, bringing your body back to center, uncrossing the leg. One more stretch at the center just to kind of neutralize the spine, lengthen, lengthen. And then exhale, we're gonna bend the knees, hug them into the chest. And give yourself a good squeeze in for a moment. Rock a little bit if you need to. And then bring the soles of the feet down, knees bent. We're just come into a gentle inversion. So have that block nearby. Coming into a restorative bridge, or if you would prefer to do something more energizing and shoulder stand is in your practice, you are welcome to do that. Please don't move your head side to side is my only request. And then if you're coming into the modified version, lift up your hips so the block lands on your sacrum. Once it feels pretty settled there on the first or second height, you could stay right here in restorative bridge. You want a little bit more blood flow to the heart and head, legs could come up toward the sky. All just options. If your legs are up, you can roll out the ankles. You can move the legs if you'd like. And then when you feel ready to come out of your inversion, legs can come down. And remove the block out from under your sacrum. Just slide it to the side. Once your spine is all the way on the mat, tick-tock the knees side to side. And then from here, coming into butterfly, so soles of the feet come together, knees come wide. You can use those blocks underneath the knees for a little more support if you would like. If that doesn't work for your hips at all, you can extend the legs out. We're going to do mental alternate nostril breathing, again, to help balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain, but you're not going to bring your hand to your face. You're just going to mentally envision breathing out of one nostril and the other. I'll guide you through. So on the inhale, just breathing in through the left. Slight pause at the top. Exhale out just the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Pause at top. Exhale out the left. And just one more round. Inhaling through just the left. Pause at the top. Exhale out right. Inhale through right. Pause at top. Exhale out left. And then just breathing in and out naturally. Begin to extend one leg and the other. Before we come into a full release of Shavasana, we're going to mentally go through the four thumps. So sometimes I like to bring my favorite color to this area to help with visualizing. It's just an option. But draw your awareness to underneath your eye at the stomach point. And just take a deep breath with your awareness there. And then draw your awareness down to the collarbone. Emotional reset there. Maybe fill it with a color of your choice. Inhale and exhale. Draw your awareness to your thymus gland at the center of the collarbone, just below the bony notch. Breathe in your gratitude. Bring your awareness there. And when you're ready, exhale. And then draw awareness to the sides of the rib cage at the spleen point. Encase it with a color if you would like. Breathing in and out. Exhale. Just allow this time for you to be still and assimilate all the energetic work we've done, all the physical movement. And we'll call you out with a chant when it is time. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your guidance is wise indeed. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As you breathe a little bit deeper, draw awareness to your heart space. Feeling the gratitude float throughout your whole body from your heart to every piece of you. And then outside of your skin into your whole aura until it fills the room and outside of this room and beyond. Remembering that, yes, you are that powerful. Your energy body knows no limits. And then deepen your breath a little bit more. Bringing in some small movement as you feel ready. And then a little bit bigger movement, feeling the physical body awaken. And eventually rolling to one side or rolling up to a seated posture to close out the practice. Whenever you're ready in your seat, bringing the palms together, start rubbing them vigorously once again. And as you call in this universal life force, what I'd like you to do is place your hands on an area of your body, and that could be physical body, mental, emotional body, that you feel needs healing. So once you feel like you have gathered enough energy, place your hands there. Or just intuitively go to where you feel you need some energetic healing and breathe into that space. And then final release of the 4 thumps. So pressing in under the eyes, 1 breath here. At the collarbone, cycle of breath here. At the thymus, pressing in, breathing deep here. At the side of the rib cage, spleen point, breathing in. Hands pressed together at heart center. Final sending in of gratitude and breathing it out into the world. The light within me honors the light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you all very much. I'm going to stop recording.